Hi everyone, it's me, Terry again. I want to add on to that segment called listening skills, mainly because there's one section that I didn't really elaborate on that I think is extremely important to all leaders, to all communication for that matter. It's the point of view of patience. You know, probably patience is probably the thing that it's a commodity that if you had a lot of it, wow, you'd feel great and you might be very rich because there's a shortage out there of patience. You see it in customer service, you hear it in people's voices, and you notice it when you're in communication situations that have energy, any negative energy attached to them, or a lot of excitement for that matter. You ever notice when your friend is, a friend or somebody telling you some story about something that happened, they get so excited that they have no ability to kind of tone it down so that you can follow it. The story just is so fast, it's going over your head, and then you go to talk, they interrupt, and then they're on to the next thing, and you find that communication is often really about the subject. And when you think of dating, you think of typically the male is the one that talks about himself. The woman wants to know about the male, what their interests are, and then the guy just can't help himself but go on and on and on about himself. And at the end of the date, the girl's like, all he did was talk about himself. But the fact is he's so habitually trained to talk about himself. Women do it too. It's not just men, but the idea of patience, being able to listen carefully, and feel as if conflict or chaos, the chaos issue of leadership, is extremely important, because in the midst of stress and adverse situations where there is negativity or a challenge that you're being presented with, how is it that you think clearly, not avoid being impulsive and reactive, and think about the greater picture, the bigger task at hand? So get back to that mindset training that I gave you on Rajastic, Tamastic, or Sattvic. A Sattvic way is one that is wise enough to be able to take themselves out of that emotional state at that moment, be patient, think it through. It's not easy. I know it's not easy. I mean, I have a 5-month-old, and there are days when he's crying beyond, food, shelter, and water, or his instincts. He's crying, and I'm sitting there thinking, what am I doing wrong, and, it's interrupting something I'm doing, but then I get back to the very purity of this little boy, and what is it inside me that's triggering this impatience. So hopefully that's helpful.